5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Action.
Welcome back, guys.
We have the same energy.
I wish we had like twin telepathy. Welcome back to Megan and Trevor. I'm Megan.
And this is Trevor.
And this is Megan and Trevor.
The Megan and Trevor channel.
Today we wanted to kind of talk to you guys. You've seen our wedding video. We still watch it almost every single day. So today we wanted to talk about our honeymoon. So we honeymooned in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Yaman.
10 out of 10 recommend. It was absolutely beautiful. The vibes were great. The food was amazing. The people were amazing. And I missed it. I was just talking to him about it yesterday, about how much I miss our honeymoon. We stayed at the Royalton White Sands in Montego Bay. We stayed at the Royalton White Sands. We stayed at the Royalton White Sands in Montego Bay, Jamaica. It was stunning. The rooms were great. We had a beach view room. So every morning we woke up, we sat outside and drank some coffee. And also the buffet. I love me a good buffet, a good clean buffet. That buffet there.
That was a highlight of the trip.
We were the most excited to wake up and go to that buffet each day.
Because you could go breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it was so convenient. The other restaurants, you had to, obviously it's a restaurant, you have to wait, you know.
Yeah, you have to like make reservations. And with it being a resort, there were a lot of people there. I mean, I didn't know that October was a prime time to go to Jamaica, but it was. But it was beautiful. The sand was some of the softest sand I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah, there was like no rocks, no seashells. It was like, it was just the softest.
It was like
sand.
butter. It was like butter on your feet.
Yep.
The water was crystal clear and blue.
Yep. Honestly, it was a phenomenal time. We'll take y'all through like all the things we did because we really did a lot. We tried to maximize what we did there, and we did go off the resort at one point. We did Dunn's River Falls, which if you know anything about Jamaica, that's like the #1 tourist thing to do, which that's their prime industry is tourism. So don't mind our dogs; they're having a great time.
They are.
But
They're on it. They're on the conversation. They were upset we didn't take them.
Exactly. Yeah. Started day one. So we left out of Memphis like 3:30 a.m. It was super
after the
early.
wedding. So as you can imagine, we were extremely tired after the wedding.
Yeah, I have no idea how to do it.
We were like, Jamaica.
Yeah, day one we got there. Airport was one of a kind, to say the least. It was actually still pretty smooth. Everybody was still very friendly. It was just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like she said, apparently October is prime time to travel to Jamaica. Didn't know that, but it was great. One thing I would recommend for anybody traveling to Jamaica is we made the mistake, or at least I think it was a mistake, of converting a lot of US dollars to Jamaican money.
Yeah.
The reason why I say it was a mistake, I liked it. I like to keep some just as a keepsake, but the locals there, they prefer US $10. They prefer US dollars. So
and they told us that.
Yeah, and I didn't really know the conversion rate, so like I was trying to tip people, which tipping isn't really a big part of that culture, but I was trying to tip people and I thought I was tipping them a good amount, and he was
like, we gave him like a 5 or a 10 in Jamaican dollars. He's like, this is equivalent to like 20 cents.
Yeah, and he wasn't being rude.
Yeah, he was like, I know this is y'all's first time here and y'all have no idea, but he's like, this is equivalent to like 20 cents.
Yeah, that was our bellhop. So I was like, oh man, I was like, dude, thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Like, and thank you for telling me this early on. I didn't want to go the whole trip tipping people, 20 cents.
Yeah. When we got to the resort, they greeted us with their famous rum punch. It was very refreshing. It was much needed after a long flight.
Very strong.
Actually, their rum punch is very strong. Which actually, the flight was not that bad. The flight, we flew from Memphis to Miami, and I think that was like a 2-hour flight, 2 or 3 hour flight. And then from Miami to Jamaica, it was like an hour. So got our rum punch. They took our bags. We went to the room. The room wasn't ready quite yet, so we kind of walked around the resort and see what all they had to offer. So
they have a big board in the lobby where it shows like all the daily activities they do. So we just kind of scope those out, and it was really cool. They do like foam parties, they do different like music events, trivia, volleyball, I mean, you name it. So we tried to, and you don't really have to follow the board. I mean, you can just walk around and you'll see, I need to stop. and you'll just jump on in. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all it's all inclusive resort, so they just invite you in, and so it was really great. But that pretty much was the first day.
Took it kind of easy.
Yeah, it took it kind of easy. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, we just got married and stayed up late, and then woke up super early. So second day, I remember exactly what we did second day.
Day 2, we spent majority of the day at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously walked around. We ate. That was the day we also did trivia.
Yeah,
I believe at the pool.
In the pool, in the
And I was
infinity
killing
pool.
it.
Yeah, she was doing great.
Wrangle him, cowboy.
Howdy. I prefer it like this. I
That's
don't
the
know why.
way. No, you look silly. You look like Andy from Toy Story. No, not Andy. You look like
No, I look like
Woody.
Woody's girlfriend. She had a hat like
Jesse.
this.
Yeah, it was red.
Wow. All right. Well, on that note,
Day 2, we spent pretty much all day on the beach, and they had really cool like little huts out there that were so relaxing.
just soaking up the sun.
Soaking up the sun. They had like Jamaican music going. The vibes were going.
Oh yeah, guys walking on the beach, like trying to sell like their handmade necklaces.
Oh, yeah, they
and
had-
jewelry.
Yeah, they had a lot of people on the beach like selling stuff, and it was funny because they had a jet ski.
yeah,
They had a jet ski docked, and we were like, "Oh, can we ride a jet ski?" And I think the guy at because we made friends with one of the guys at like the gift shops. He was like, "Jet skis are actually illegal here," and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, he's like, if you see them, they came from the other island and they're trying to give you like, don't do it.
Yeah, he was
"Oh,
like, "Don't do it." I was like, "Okay, good
glad
to
we
know."
asked because I saw several people doing it.
Yeah. So we did that. We played beach volleyball. They had these beautiful infinity pools looking out to the beach that also had a swim up bar.
I miss it.
I know. It had a swim up bar. So we spent a lot of our time there. And that's also where we did the trivia.
Yeah.
We made some friends, met some people. And then that night, we went to a place called Calypso for dinner. Absolutely delicious food.
Like West Indies cuisine.
West
yeah.
Indies cuisine. I had some really good fish. And that was the thing about Jamaica, too. Their food was so fresh and delicious.
Yeah,
like,
as
their
you can
fish
imagine.
was like, ugh.
In the buffet, they might do this at the other restaurants too, but locals that would be catching fish, they could bring it into the buffet. They would take it in, the chefs would, they give them a time on when it'd be done, and then they'd cook it and prepare it for everybody. Like it was, and you'd see just big exotic looking fish
Big
come in.
fish. Yeah.
So it was wonderful. One thing we did learn is kind of a quick tip is if you're on the beach at nighttime, everything's great, but just beware of the bugs. I don't know if they're just like,
They're silent. They're silent killers.
silent killers. And it just came out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
literally came out of nowhere. It was fine during the day. You don't see any bugs. Like, I don't know why it's at night specifically.
Well,
but
I mean, because it's by a huge body of water.
yeah, okay. That's true.
But yeah, no, we made that mistake the first day we went. We're like, oh, let's go to the beach. And the sun was setting, and we went to the beach, and we did not see any mosquitoes. But my body, I wanted to jump out of my skin because I was so itchy. I was like,
You're running
my
back to the
gosh.
hotel. It was, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. But
And
after
then-
that, we
yeah.
just, anytime the sun was about to set, we pretty much like just booked it to dinner or did something else. But I mean, you soak up enough sun, you're on the beach a lot throughout the day. So
Yeah.
that's just one quick tip.
Bring some off spray or buy some at the resort. It's like $20, but I promise you it's worth it.
Day 3, our favorite day.
Yes.
Definitely my favorite day. I think
It was my
Megan.
favorite day,
It was
for
the most
sure.
eventful. So we got to go off the resort. The resort's great, but we got to go off the resort and we went to Dunn's River Falls. So Dunn's River Falls is literally a waterfall that you can hike up with a group of people, and it is just a phenomenal
I don't know
experience.
if it's a waterfall.
It's not? Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a waterfall. I don't think yeah.
Sorry.
So how the boat trip was laid out is that on the way to the beach to do the Dunn's River Falls, you get to snorkel. There's no alcohol or anything involved until after everything's done, which obviously is smart. You don't want to be snorkeling and under the influence. So we got to snorkel, which was great. Neither of us have ever done that. And I don't know why I pointed at you. Neither of us have done that, and it was
so much fun.
It was amazing.
The water was clear, like you could see everything.
Literally.
Like there were just fish swimming under us, and
they were like warning us about the coral reef. So like if you hit them,
They'll
or
hit you
kick them,
back.
they'll kick you back. They'll sting you back. They'll prick you, and like you'll be going, everything's fine. The next thing you know, you're like inches away from a coral reef. I'm like, all right, well let me remain flat and not put my feet down. It was so awesome. It was so awesome. Water felt so good. We actually went pretty far away from the boat. Like And I was really proud of Megan and everything for just kind of taking the leap and just going for it, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so we made it there, and this is where all the fun was just happening. I mean, people, like I said, this is the #1 tourist destination spot in Jamaica, and it is no joke. So when you're doing it, you pretty much are just hiking up these waterfalls, and at first they have you link arms because the first couple spots are kind of rough and steep. But after that, it's pretty much free roam.
So it was also very interactive. Like we were walking up the side of like the waterfall and stuff, but there were spots where like you could fall back into the water, into like the pool of water. They had like a slide that you slid into the water.
So awesome.
It was so fun. Like it was a lot more than just a hike up a waterfall.
Yeah, and you get soaking wet. Like they were telling you before, they're like, yep, don't wear hats, glasses, put your phone in a waterproof case. So we have like these, like it almost looks like a Ziploc bag. You kind of wear it on your neck. And at first I was like, can't wear hats or glasses. What are they talking about? But I see why. Because you were getting dunked in the water. Yeah. The pressure of the water coming down. I mean, it is very intense. But it was absolutely just invigorating.
It was. It was so much fun. And then we had a tour guide with us, like helping us through the way, and he was like taking pictures with us and splashing us and and everything.
They definitely enjoy their job, to say the least.
Yeah.
Apparently, we've learned this since we've gotten back. I think we had an Uber driver that was from Jamaica, and he told us, obviously we mentioned that we went in Dunn's River Falls. He said, going forward, if you go there again, keep in mind that, you know, the tourist guys there are great, but you can technically go off on your own. Like, they don't own that, you know, you can go anywhere. And he just said that a lot of times you feel kind of rushed, or some people can, which we didn't. But he was just saying, going forward, just know that you can free roam. You can, you know, take as much time as you want, you know. Yeah. They're just trying to get as many people up the waterfall as possible. And they are good guides, great guides. They do it constantly. And they'll, you know, they were even like, we'll be walking and they'll be like, oh yeah, watch out, there's a spot right here. There's a, I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you step and you're just like, yeah, it's intense. Yeah. So, but that was absolutely amazing.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 would always recommend, and we cannot wait to go back. That's where Cardi B and
Offset. Cardi B and Quavo.
No, Cardi B and Offset.
Oh yeah, that's where Cardi B and Offset went for her birthday. So it was cool seeing them.
Yeah, I was like, we were there. Pictures. We were standing right there.
Yes, but yeah, I liked it because it was like we booked it through the resort, or through the resort. So we added it to like our resort package, and it was well worth the money because we got to snorkel. We rode on a really nice boat that had like food and drinks that you could drink afterwards. They had music playing. And then they had the Dunn's River Falls. And
then when we were on the way back, that's whenever you get on the boat, they immediately greet you with some Jamaican patties, which are like, so it just hit the spot. Like, obviously when you've been doing a lot of activities, you work up appetite. So had those Jamaican patties. They gave us some rum punch. Ooh. We hadn't drank it all this whole time, and this is where they give it to you. And man, people let loose.
Oh yeah, well,
there
and
was
they were
a lot of
so
dancing on the boat.
Strong. Like, I feel like there's a reason they call it rum punch, because the alcohol punches
it's like,
yeah.
I want to give a shout out if she sees this. Miss Debbie, she was our tour guide on the bus to and from Dunn's River Falls. You were amazing. You were amazing. Like, she gave us so many fun facts about Jamaica. She really kept the energy going. She kept the high, you know, just good vibes.
Oh yeah, good vibes for sure.
Yeah. So Debbie, thank you.
We love you.
So on the beach, Dunn's River, we did get these handmade for us, and it was awesome. They carved a couple things in here too for us. So one's a guy, one's a girl, as you can see. You can kind of balance them as well. But I don't know, I really like these. One of them says Irie, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was like you're doing good.
Yeah, good, like you say, like Irie man, like Irie good mom. Day. But yeah, so he explained them that like you can, we're always gonna be side by side, on top of each other.
We're gonna keep.
What did he say about? He said,
I don't know. He was just going.
He was just going with it, and he really sold it. And that's the thing about Dunn's River Falls and by the beach. People will sell you anything.
Yeah, be prepared for that.
So be prepared.
Again, this is their livelihood.
Yeah.
This is the #1 industry there. So
they will be like they will not just leave you alone if you say no. I don't want it. So Debbie taught us to say no, man.
Speaking their language, because if you just say no or no, thank you, or I'm good right now,
they'll keep going, and they'll start carving you name like that's how they get you. They'll ask you what your name is, and you'll be talking to them and be like, oh, okay. And then they'll be carving your name as you're speaking, and then you're like, oh, well, I have to get it now.
Now, granted, we were prepared for that, and we wanted these things,
something, yeah. So, yeah, they're pretty cool. We just kind of use them as a little decoration in our house, remind us of Jamaica. And then mine says boss lady on it, because I'm a boss. And he saw it. I'm a boss.
And they can kiss and stuff.
Oh, yeah, and then they can kiss, too. They can kiss.
So, last night, we ate at a Brazilian steakhouse called Hunter's Steakhouse. Really, really good food, really cool aesthetic, and really, really good service. I mean, that's something I can't like highlight enough about Jamaica. And granted, we were on the resort majority of the time, but the people were they're happy to be doing what they're doing. They are very like just happy-go-lucky people.
Brazilian steakhouse was 10 out of 10, delicious. Again, all of the food was absolutely just succulent. It was fresh. It was the fruit too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What would you say your favorite food was? Like favorite item, not restaurant.
My favorite item, probably the oxtails.
Oh yeah.
The oxtails.
With some rice.
And then they had yellow watermelon. That was really, really good. All of the fruit was really fresh and then we had some juice too that was really good.
Yeah.
All of the cocktails we had were amazing. We made really good friends with one of the bartenders, and we would just tell him to make us something, and he would make us like these really extravagant drinks that were.
Yeah, I've never had a mojito like that before, but that's like I can't drink mojitos the same anymore. So I think of that one.
Yeah,
just the best trip I've ever been on. We've ever been on, and we literally cannot wait to go back.
Yeah, we highly, highly, highly recommend the Royalton White Sands, Montego Bay, Jamaica. You will not regret it. The people there were amazing. The food was amazing. The excursions that you can do. And there were so many other things that we could have done that we didn't do.
Oh, yeah. They had horseback riding on the beach.
Yeah, they had horseback riding on the beach. They had, riding ATVs through the jungle or something. I don't know. Just riding ATVs. Yeah. They had, I'm sure they had zip lining and stuff. They had a lot of things that you could have done, but we just wanted to really relax more than anything. But next time we go, since we know, how much they have to offer, we're going to really tackle a lot of the other excursions, I would say.
So that pretty much rounds out our Jamaica trip.
Yaman.
For those that have made it this far in the video, we do have a surprise. We mentioned it in the last How We Met video, and we are going to be doing a video on it next, so it's going to be our most exciting one yet.
Yes.
But Megan, if you want to do the announcement,
we're pregnant! We are pregnant. We cannot wait for our baby to be here.
More in the next video with all of that, and we will announce the gender as well. And we do have some ultrasound photos and whatnot. So stay tuned. We're so excited. Life has just gotten so much more exciting. We need to add family to that Klutz sign. The Klutz family.
Our family is growing.
It is. Oh my gosh. But thank you guys so much. Remember to like, subscribe,
share.
Push notifications, turn on. Make sure you share the video. And let us know any suggestions you have in the comments. We are always open to suggestions. We read and reply to every single comment. So without further ado, peace and blessings, and have a wonderful rest of the night.